Hello and welcome. My name is Sharon and this is Trio.of.Witches Tarot. This video is potentially the last one in my autumn, Samhain, Halloween series of videos. And this one is my more pagan-y decks that somehow didn't make it into any of those other videos that I did. So I guess let's get started. So the first deck is the Old Ways Magic Oracle by Naomi Cornock. I believe she's in the UK. I'm pretty sure she is. I follow her on, so nomiart.com is her website. And I follow her on Facebook and on Instagram. And I bought this on Etsy, I believe, is her Etsy shop. I use this as a regular oracle, and we're going to be doing it side by side with a lot of these other decks I have. So this is such a beautiful deck. I think that she is working on more cards that can be added to this deck. So I could be wrong. I could be confusing that with something else, but I'm pretty sure it's this one. So it's more hand cut. So the edges are a little rustic, let's say. And it is on, they're big cards. Let's get, here we go. Bigger cards. They're very flexible. So, I love that card. I'm going to try, I want you to be able to see them all because it's such a beautiful deck. Yeah, so I will do this as a focus for my month ahead or for this Sabbath's. Or sometimes if I'm just doing some nature reading, new moon or whatever. So, yeah, that's that. Okay, so the next one is a French deck and a French book. And it is by the same author and illustrator as the Kami et Yokai, which has been in my previous videos. You will probably want to get this one too if you don't already know about it and have it. Sorry, not sorry. It's the Oracle of Gaelic Wisdom. Or is it Gaelic or is it Gallic? Tell me. It is historically based on the Celts who were in France, and they are the Gaelic. So these are the cards, and I'm going to zoom in. They are smaller than the Old Ways Magic. Oops, wrong ones. And they are bigger than regular tarot. And they're kind of this cardboardy cardstock, which I guess you could ruffle shuffle. It feels like one of those ones that you could, put a bend into, and I definitely feel like you could crease it accidentally. Anyway, I'm not sure how many cards. It looks like there's a fair number. I could count them, but I'm not going to. And such a beautiful deck. So some of them, without even translating the card, are easy to recognize and walk. Maybe people know this character. I do not. That's Bridget Ipona. I'm familiar with that name, but I don't know the story behind that. So there's a lot of characters here. Maybe you know, maybe you don't. That's so cool. Carnunos, or is it Cernunos or Carnunos? want you to see all the cards, so I'm going to go a little bit fast. You will see some of them again later, I think, if I do any side-by-sides. Not sure yet if I'm going to be doing any of that perfect pairs kind of a thing. So, what's that? What's loaf? Don't know. The Nasa? Trinoxamone, I don't know what that is. I'd have to translate that. If any of these are familiar to you and you know information on it, share in the comments below, because we would all appreciate, I think, the information. I feel like I should know that. Do you know that? You know, this is a place where it's safe to share, and it's nice to share. Sharing is nice. Beltania, Beltane. So that is the Wisdom of the Gaelic. And the next one is a deck you're more than likely familiar with, and it's the Pagan Otherworlds Tarot. And this is the companion guidebook that you can buy separately. It's a very nice book. It is not inexpensive, so together with the deck, it can get a little bit pricey. You don't have to have it. I mean, it's right away. It's weight Smith weight, however you want to say it, based. So got Edgemine in gold, and it is obviously a very pagan-y deck. So it's a little bit bigger. Who did I see that trimmed this? I will insert the name. Who is it? And I am tempted to trim it now. So it was, oh gosh, just my brain's not working. So on the majors, she trimmed off the top and then trimmed off the sides and left the bottom. And then, as we will see, there's so many walkthroughs of this that I am not going to spend a lot of time on it. I think it was in one of my other videos as well, but I wanted to include it here because it's pagan-y. Phases of the moon. And then, so the aces have the text on the bottom, and then the number for the minors is on the top. So then she trimmed the top off of and the sides off of these, as well as the majors, and then the bottom and the sides off the minors. So like I said, this is RWS based, so you don't need the book to use it. The book is very nice to have, but it's, if I remember correctly, it's like $35 US, and this deck is already, you know, indie priced. So that is Pagan Otherworlds. Okay, this next deck is the Runic Tarot. It's not really a tarot. It doesn't even have, I think it has 76 cards instead of 78. And it's not, well, it's not formatted at all like tarot as we know it. It's an oracle. I guess you could kind of use it like a tarot, but anyway, it has the seasons and the Sabbats and then all these runes, which I know zero about. And I can't even say that it's strictly Celtic or, I don't know. I haven't worked with this enough to like intelligently pontificate on it. Anyway, these are the cards. These are the backs. They're disappointing. They have copyright top and bottom. I have considered doing something about that. I don't know what I would do about it. If you have ideas on how to unobtrusively or not without damaging the cards, I've thought about rebacking it. I don't know. Ideas. I appreciate ideas on what to do about this because I hate that. And the cardstock is crap. And you can see that it's dinged up already, and I have hardly used this at all. So something needs to happen. I don't know. Laminate it. Has anyone laminated? I want to laminate, but I haven't laminated yet. I have a laminator. I'm afraid I should try on some other cards. Anyway. Also, this is my second copy of this deck because my first one, I tried many things to do something about this. I rebacked it, which wasn't terrible, but then I tried to edge it and it bled into the cards. It looked like crap. I kept trimming and trimming and trimming until I ended up with nothing and garbage. It's terrible. I hate it. I was so disappointed. I ended up buying it again. All of that's beside the point. So let's look at some cards. I'm not going to go through this whole deck because it's more cards than the other ones. And so yeah, I'm not sure why they bothered to call this a tarot. Maybe they just thought it would sell better as a tarot rather than an oracle. I do like how the seasons are broken down. So it has for each equinox, it had the longest day and the shortest day. Dang it. Words not being nice to me today. We'll see it anyway. And then it has, it's broken down into the weeks. And then it has your astrology and your elements and a lot of symbology thrown on there. I love the artwork in this. So kind of going to race through this. And each one still says what season it is. The solstice is, dang it. You're probably screaming at your TV, solstice, Sharon, solstice. So, yeah, I need to figure out just how to incorporate this into my practice because I really like it. I love this salmon one. So that is the Runic Tarot. So the next one is the Celtic Shamans pack by John Matthews and illustrated by Cheska Potter. And it has a lot of information in it, text-wise. The cards are sort of inserted weirdly in here. Just a small black and white. And I'm not sure how the table of contents is arranged. It has spreads in it. It has a lot of information in it. I got this on eBay, and when it arrived, the cards were all stuck together, so we will see that I had to do some things. So I don't have the regular cards available. So what happened was they were stuck together. So some of the backs were messed up. Yeah, like this one. So it was stuck. And then the front of the other card was messed up. And so then I kind of, colored it in. Not a great job. This is one of my first mods. And then it bled through, and I did reback it. I even refronted it. So these are much sturdier than the original cardstock, which I think was kind of garbage. And so I did clear contact paper on both sides. And then I ended up trimming it because I had edged it and it bled just like the Runic Tarot did. So we have this. I think it had like a colored border and stuff. I don't mind this. I would have liked to. The backs look kind of weird. And this is before I had my corner rounder, so I used nail clippers. I might still do like the small corner round on it. Anyway, I didn't lose any text or content. There was no numbers that I lost. I just lost, and see here, the front of this one was jacked up. So if you look for this, I hope you get one that, you know, it arrived in brand new condition. It had just been somewhere for a long time, and the cards were still sealed, but they were all stuck together. I like the artwork in this, and I have used this just as an oracle with, I'm not going to go through every single card. Like that. So they're just smaller, and I don't know if this is out of print. I don't know what the situation was. I should research. I will provide links below. If this is like still in print and you can get like a recent version of it, you probably can. Anyway, that was the Celtic Shamans pack. So the next one is the Arthurian Tarot, which I believe is out of print right now. I think I got mine on Amazon, and I'm pretty sure it was new. It might have been used. And then I got this book separately, I think on like a, you know, like Thrift Books or something. And there is a bigger HoloQuest handbook, which I will probably get. I'm not sure if it has anything different in it or not. I need to research that. So there's a way you work with this deck, I believe, through the year. Maybe, I can't remember. But you can use it just as a tarot. It has some spreads in it, and it does have information on each card. And it is arranged in a traditional tarot. So I have the new edition. You'll see, if you see other people showing this, that there's an edition with black borders, and mine is with the white borders. And I edged mine in gold. And again, disappointing backs with copyrights on them. I don't even know, is this the same publisher as the Runic Tarot? And it has a little purple book. So you don't even need the separate book if you just want to work with this as a tarot and use this as the guidebook. And this is not in any order right now, and I'm not going to show every single card. The dogs insist on being in here, and then they get restless and they start wandering around and panting and being generally annoying. So we have spears instead of, let's see, stones are pentacles, and then we have grails for cups and spears for, we have swords. So spears are wands. Spears are wands, stones are pentacles, grails are cups, and swords are swords. And we have knight and king and queen. I forget if page is called page or something else. And then the majors are renamed, that still hold for the most part. Merlin instead of the magician. So the aces are called hollows, I believe. They're all that. Yeah, so there's this sword hollow. So, and there's the spear hollow. There's a little bit. Okay, so we have the maiden and the queen. So, yes. So the maidens are, instead of pages, then we have the knight and the queen and the king. And then there's the stone hollow. So it's a little bit different, but you can still use it as a tarot. It's Smith-Waite-ish. You know, it does throw its own little flavor on there, but, you know, rather than forcing the Arthurian legend onto tarot, I like the way they did it. Anyway, so that's the Arthurian Tarot. So the next one is the Celtic Oracle. This one is hard to find. It is out of print, and I have only ever seen one other video about this deck, which I will share the link to because I have it saved. And it's by Nigel Pennick and Nigel Jackson. Nigel Jackson is, he has a lot of other tarot decks that he's created. Yeah, see, this is a very old book. It's already kind of fallen apart. I need to figure that out. And it's Oghams. It's not just Oghams, but it is Oghams also. So, yeah, see here, this one. So this one has the Ogham name and the tree and the deed. So there's a lot of correspondences in here, and you don't even need to know all that because you could just use the meaning. It even has reversed meanings. It has just this crappy little black and white image of each card in it, and it is not in any logical order. So finding there's not a lot of cards. It's very, very small deck, as OM decks tend to be. But it is also kind of Arthurian. So I'm going to zoom in. These are the backs, which I love. I think they're really pretty. They're obviously not reversible, but you know, that never bothers me because if I want to use reversals, I'm not like looking at the backs. It's kind of like this grainy artwork, which I'm discovering is kind of like Nigel Jackson's signature art style. So it is very much recognizable as his style. This is a old, when is this? Let's see, what is the copyright in here? So it's not that old, 1992, 91. So we'll just go through really quick because it's got unicorns. Not that many cards. It's horrible cardstock. I will probably do my clear contact paper on this as well. Might trim it. I don't know. No, I'm not going to trim it. It's this was not inexpensive. It was the most I had spent on a deck at the time, and I think it was like $100-ish US. You know, which is a lot for the number of cards you get here. The Wild Hunt. And if you want to know more about this deck, check out the link for the video that really goes way more in depth on this deck. So that's the Celtic Oracle. So this is the Kilton Wisdom deck. I've seen this somewhere on videos. Anyway, I found it at a secondhand store for 75 cents. And it's originally $10 US. So this is, you know, not generally my favorite format for a deck. So those are the front. The backs are, well, I don't know, you consider which side when it does this, where it has the content on one side and the artwork on the other side. What's the front, what's the back? Has this little accordion. Not really a guidebook. It just talks about the Celts or Celts, Ireland and Wales. So it has some cool historical information on it. And then, so we'll do it this way so you can see both the front and the back. I don't know how many cards are in here. I feel like there's like 36, it says on the box. So I'm not sure how I will use this, but there's no way I could pass this up for 75 cents because I really like it. I mean, it could be just, maybe I should just use it like as altar cards where I pull one and then I, put it on my altar. Think about what it says on the back. I'm just going to go a little bit slower so you, if you care, can perhaps pause and read what it said, or at least see what the title is. It's hard, yeah, so it's just, like, I like to be able to see the art while I'm reading what it is. I don't know, maybe I should get a second copy of this. I know other people have done that where, if the card has the content on one side and the art on the other, that they have two so they can have, both available at the same time. It's kind of just how my brain works. I want to be able to see the art and read the content. That's cool. Also cool. So that is the Celtic Wisdom deck. I'm going to guess you probably have never heard of, because I was looking into this while I was, I had seen the Tarot of the She. It was super popular on TarotTube for a while there. I mean, it still is. A lot of people love that deck. And I was like, what are these She are all about? And so then I ran across this deck. And I'm just putting this here so you can see the information on it if you want to look it up. You have the ISBN number, and the manual is free, the PDF. There is also a book that you can buy, and I wasn't sure if I wanted it. There's a lot of woo stuff in the beginning of the book, and even, these are the backs, even in the description of each card. So I've been kind of struggling with what to do with this. This is one of my first projects where I actually wrote on cards. It was very hard to figure out what was what. And I can't even tell you right now what all of these things are. I really like this artwork, and I really like the meanings, all of the woo stuff. I mean, these guys are really into the She, and they talk to the She, and they travel to the She realm. That's not my thing. So I don't discount that that's true for them. I have not experienced that. And whilst I do accept that there are things in other realms, potentially there are multiverses, and in one of those multiverses, there's She or fairies or whatever. The romantic in me loves the idea of, I'm not going to show every card, of fairies and mythical creatures. So I wrote on the cards because then I thought, well, okay, so I can still use that as a keyword and just use it as an oracle and intuitively along with that keyword. If you got this deck, obviously it wouldn't have the keywords and it wouldn't have the numbers. But I wanted to be able to... Sorry, I keep hitting the camera. Let's wait for it to calm down. One of the keywords It's just me. I like having some keywords on the cards. This feels like the Hermit to me. Anyway, I got it on Amazon and it wasn't that expensive. I edged mine in blue and then I put like a sparkly on top of it. I don't know if you can see the sparkles. So, you know, I'll provide links. Maybe you like it, maybe you don't. It is woo for me, maybe it's not woo for you. And the last one is the Mists of Avalon Oracle. And this is by Rockpool, and it is a readily available, you know, mass market deck. And I read the Mist of Avalon books and loved them. So I don't know. I just, you know, there's a lot. There's more than one deck for this concept idea. Avalon, Camelot. So this is the guidebook. Yeah, it's a nice little guidebook. It spreads, some spreads, introduction, blah, blah, blah. So that's that. I trimmed mine because I think it had what I considered to be an ugly green border around it. I lost no information, and the backs are quite simple, so easily trimmed and with no loss back there, no weirdness. This is before this is like one of my first trims, so it was before I had my guillotine cutter. And I like the artwork in this one. There's another one. I just didn't like the artwork as well. So, you know, it's your Camelot story. And not a lot of cards, so we'll just go through them all. So that is the Mists of Avalon Oracle. Okay, so I wanted to do some quick pairings for you, and since I only have one true tarot in the bunch, we will be using Pagan Otherworlds. So let's start with Old Ways Magic. Trying to get them all as close as I can and still in the frame. So there we go. Okay. Nice. I was worried. I hadn't paired these together before. I was kind of thought, you know, the more antique color and the white would not go. I think that works nicely. Okay, so that's Old Ways Magic. Now let's try, I'm not doing these in any particular order, the Mist of Avalon. That color palette is a little better, isn't it? I honestly don't think I've paired any of these with Pagan Otherworlds in the past, which I can't even tell you why. Well, that's nice, isn't it? Oh, I lied. I have the Arthurian Tarot too, so we're going to do that one also with all of these decks. So we want to go a little faster. So then we have the Wisdom of Celts, or the Gaelic, the Wisdom of the Gaelic, sorry. So the art style is different, but the color palette works for me. I like throwing in these other components which are not in Pagan Otherworlds. I also like that. Okay. So next let's do the card deck of the She, which I think I did not say what it was. I don't think so. I don't know, what do you think? I think not. Let's try the, which one is this one? Did something with the book. It's the Celtic Oracle. And ew, I'm gonna say ew. I do not like that at all. Nope. The Celtic Shamans pack. Don't like that. The Runic Runic Tarot, which is really an oracle. And new. And the Celtic Wisdom deck. It's not terrible artwork-wise. It's not awesome. Okay, I think that was all the oracles. So I think our winners for Pagan Otherworlds. So I think our winners with Pagan Otherworlds were the Wisdom of the Gaelic, the Old Ways Magic, and the Mists of Avalon. Okay, so now let's try them with the Arthurian Tarot. So let's try in the same order, although I don't know that I remember the order. So I think this is going to be very nice because they have that much whiter. Okay, I like that very much. Color palette is very complementary, isn't it? The energy. Yeah, look at that. Very nice. Okay, so that was the Old Ways Magic with the Arthurian Tarot, which I think is a winner, so we'll put it in the winner pile. And let's try the Wisdom of the Gaelic. Again, if I am pronouncing that incorrectly, please let me know. And I think this is going to be a winner also. Yes. Very, very nice. Yeah, that's nice. Look, their faces are almost the same. Okay. And then what should be, and was intended to be by me, the companion. Also works very well. So that was the Mists of Avalon. And then we have the Runic Tarot, which I'm hoping this goes better. I haven't tried this yet. So it's kind of cool. I'm not entirely convinced, but I'm not against it either. It does bring in like a very distinctive, different energy. Interested when I edit what I think. Sometimes when I'm looking at it on the screen. So I don't know. What do you think of that one? Then we have the Celtic Shamans pack. Let's just kind of start over here. I think I like this one. Yeah, I think this works better than the last one. Like that. So that's the Celtic Shamans pack, and I think that one works nicely with it. Now let's try the, the Celtic Oracle. And I anticipate this being nice. Not because I've tried it in the past, but just the colors and the energy. Yeah, that works too. Very nice. Like that. Okay, so that was the Celtic Oracle. What haven't we tried? Did we do the Runic? I can't remember now. I have gotten out of order. I'm doing it again here. If I already did it, I can cut this. Okay. That works. Then we have the Celtic Wisdom deck. And that's nice too. Like it. And the last one is the She, the card deck of the She. And I think I like that. Certainly brings it a little bit more down to earth, although, you know, Arthurian legends, ostensibly based in some history. That works for me. Works for me quite well. Looks like the Tower. So I hope you enjoyed that. I'd love to hear comments below. And if you have any of these decks, if you have any other decks that you think would also go, if you know of other tarots that are pagany, Arthurian-y. I know there's a lot of Arthurian tarots coming out, and there is one, Tarot de Danaan, which you can get on one of the print-on-demands. I will provide the link below. So if you're interested in this topic, comment, share decks you know. Remember to like and subscribe and click on the bell so you're alerted when I have new videos. Take care of yourself. Have a great day, and bye.
For one night, the veil between the living and the dead will wane. On Samhain, the souls of the departed will again walk the earth. For Senrind, it is a chance to see his father and learn the secrets of his past. But secrets run deep, and some have been forgotten, and others no one imagined were possible. Senrind will soon learn. He has more secrets than he thought.